Hi, Eric Wilson here, 30-year independent licensed mechanic. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2021 Ford Bronco so you can make yourself an informed decision of whether this is for you or not. Now, coming in on the front right tire, you've got about 50% tread on all season radios, so down but definitely not out. Now coming behind the front right tire, this is the right lower ball joint and it is tight. Now this is critical because it holds the wheel to the chassis there. On your brakes, you've got about 20,000 K on the front brakes. This is the right outer CV boot. Now that's full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place there, but that's not. This is the right outer tie rod. This is one of two things, the most important thing in the whole car. It's the only thing. Right and left outer tie rod is the only thing that hold the wheel to the steering, and it is tight. Your right sway bar link connected from here up to there is connected and doing its job, and it's important because that dampens the sway when you go around a corner. The inner CV boot, you can see for yourself, good and dry. Now, coming in, okay, now just taking a look at it anywhere for any kind of oil leaks. This is the oil pan here. Very dry. I don't see any oil leaks there, which is good. Inside the transmission, that's the bottom of the transmission in there. See for yourself, good and dry. So leak-wise, I don't see anything of any issues. Coming across to the left front tire, about 50% tread left on all season radios, down but not out. The left outer tie rod, that is tight, critical. The left lower ball joint is tight. Left outer CV boot, good and dry. Left sway bar link connected from here up to right there. And that's connected, doing its job. The left inner CV boot, good and dry. More importantly, I don't see any leaks here. Brakes, about 20,000 K left in your brakes. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I'm not seeing anything of any concern on this vehicle so far. Now, this is your catalytic converter. Nothing wrong with it. Big problem, no. People reaching under, going cut and going cut. Now, if you buy the vehicle, I'm going to put a catalytic theft protection system on this, because for you to lose this cat, you're looking at about $3,000, because they don't sell this cat separately. They sell it in the whole exhaust system, and that's going to cost you a lot of money. And it's so easy to reach under there and cut and cut. But with my catalytic theft protection system, and that costs you nothing, my friend, if you buy the vehicle, simply contact me. I'll have you in and out in 20 minutes, and your cat will be protected. Now, the rest of your exhaust, very clean, a little bit of surface rust, but nothing of any mention. Bottom of the car, very clean. Bottom of the diff. Now, this is the rear diff here, okay? Now, if you take a look at the bottom of the diff here, it's good and clean, no drips, because if it's going to drip, it's going to drip right. That's the right CV axle, the right rear CV axle. This is the left CV axle, and if it's going to leak, it's going to leak right here, or it's going to leak right here, which is where the drive shaft comes in, and you can see for yourself, good and dry. That's the right outer CV boot, again, full of grease. It was ripped, you see it all over the place, and that's good and dry. The right shock, now that tube there is full of oil, and if it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way down here, good and dry. The right spring suspension, from here all the way down, no cracks, no breaks. Now, brakes in the back, I'm going to say, yeah, about the same thing, about 25, a little more brakes in the rear than you have in the front. Calipers, nice and clean. Your rear right tire, now you got about 70% tread on all seasons, so you got a little more tread on the rear than you have on the front. I would recommend that you put the rears on the fronts, because you always want the best tires on the front. If you're going to blow a tire, blow a back one. Okay, coming across to the rear, to the rear left tire, I get about 50% tread on this tire, about the same as the front there. Now, this spring, the rear left spring suspension intact. The rear shock, see for yourself, good and dry. The rear inner CV boot, good and dry. Rear outer CV boot, good and dry. Okay, so I have no concerns brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise on the rear. Got yourself a handy little Class 3 hitch right here, and exhaust all clean, can't see any issue with it. Now you've got 157, 756, so definitely low K, no cracks in your windshields, no check engine lights, very clean actually, and I'm going to take you out and show you the condition of the motor now. Okay, with the motor running, And a shot of the exhaust, very, very clean. You do have one ding at the back bumper there, or the back tailgate, okay? Just so you're aware of that. Now, one thing I always do is I take off the oil cap and I look underneath there for any kind of indication of white goo, because white goo would be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which would mean a head gasket leak and a big problem. I am not seeing any indication of that in this motor. In fact, I'm not hearing any indication of problems in this motor at all. So, that being said, my overall estimation of this vehicle is that it has been well maintained. I don't see any issues that are anywhere, like no leaks, no issues, brakes are decent, tires 50% down, but definitely not out. And remember, if you buy the vehicle, come to me, free catalytic theft protection system, and a free 10% fuel saving device that I've used for 30 years. Always works, 10%, gasoline, diesel fuel, natural gas, doesn't matter, it works. And thirdly, a lock immobilizer, because I found out that anybody can steal any car with about $1,000 scanner, and I found that a lock immobilizer will shut that down. So those are 3 things that you're going to get free from me if you buy, and simply contact and we'll have you in and out in about an hour's time. Okay, hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. Have a good one.